A flight cut short, the story of Jeju Air Flight, 2216. The sky was a beautiful blue. Jeju Air Flight 2216 was flying high, carrying people and their hopes. It was a Boeing 737-800, a common type of airplane, with 175 people on board. They were going to Muan International Airport in South Korea. They had left the warm city of Bangkok, Thailand, heading home. There were families coming back from vacation, business people, and people going on new adventures. The flight was normal, the weather was good, but something bad was about to happen. It was December 31st, 2024, the year was ending. As Flight 2216 got close to Muan, people were excited to be home. Families were ready to see each other again. The crew, who were very experienced, got ready to land, but suddenly, something terrible happened. The plane crashed. A loud, awful sound of metal hitting concrete filled the air, and then there was a big explosion. Black smoke filled the sky. Warning in the air. The final moments of Flight 2216, 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes between a normal landing announcement and a terrible disaster. A warning light flashed red in the cockpit. It was a bird strike warning. The pilots, sounding scared, called for help, but their voices were hard to hear over the loud engines. 1 minute. Only 1 minute passed between the call for help and the crash. The plane crashed into a concrete wall. A huge fire started, covering the plane. The impact was so strong that the landing gear didn't even come down. The plane was going too fast to land safely. News of the crash spread quickly. People all over the world sent prayers and kind messages online. The crash of Jeju Air Flight 2216 was a very sad event. It reminded everyone that life is precious. The aftermath, picking up the pieces. It was very quiet after the crash. The broken plane was still smoking. Emergency workers rushed to the crash site looking for anyone who was still alive. Out of the 181 people on board, 175 passengers and 6 crew members, only 2 people survived. 2 crew members, badly hurt, were alive, but they had serious injuries. The world was sad. 179 people died, leaving many families heartbroken. Most of the people who died were from South Korea, coming home from trips. 2 people from Thailand also died. The youngest person who died was only 3 years old. The oldest was 78 years old. Every person who died had family, friends, and dreams. The crash of Jeju Air Flight 2216 was a terrible loss of many lives. Searching for answers, the long road ahead. After the tragedy, the search for answers began. Investigators carefully looked through the wreckage, writing down everything they found. They wanted to know what happened to Flight 2216 and how to stop it from happening again. The investigators were looking for the black boxes. These special boxes record what happens on a flight. The flight data recorder, even though it was damaged, could show how the plane was flying. The cockpit voice recorder might have the pilot's last words and what they did when they saw the bird strike warning. Investigators from South Korea, the NTSB, Boeing, and the FAA all worked together. Finding out what happened would take a long time. Getting information from the black boxes could take months or even years. The investigators also wanted to learn about the pilots, their training, and anything that might have caused the crash. The families of the victims wanted to know why the crash happened. They needed answers to help them with their grief.